Hello class, how are you all? Welcome you again in our geography lecture. So, last time I had asked you to complete the exercise of chapter 2. Yes, do you remember? What was chapter 2? What had we seen in that lesson? Do you all remember? Come on, tell me the answer. Yes class? What have we seen in lesson number 2? What was our first lesson? How seasons occur, part 1. Our second lesson was the sun, the moon, and the earth. In that, we saw phases of the moon. Do you all remember? Yes. Then we saw eclipses. How do eclipses occur? Yes. In eclipses, what did we saw? Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Yes. Total lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, total solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse. So, do you all remember? Yes. So, we all have seen all these things, the sun, the moon, and the earth. Yes. Now, I had asked you to complete the exercise. So, I hope you all have completed it. You all have read the lesson and you all have understood the lesson very properly. Yes. I'm going to take your revision. I'm going to give you many questions of revision for all the lessons. So for that you all are going to read the lesson whenever the lesson is been taught. Is it clear? Okay. Now today we are going to start with our third lesson. Clear? And what is our third lesson? That is tides. Can you see on the screen? What is our third lesson? That is tides. What is tide? It is not tide which we tide powder which we wash clothes. What is this tides? Come on, tell me. Do you know? Have you heard about tides? Okay, if you know, it's well and good. If you don't know, we are going to see what are tides. Clear? Now, before we start, can you see some two pictures on the screen? Figure 3.1a, figure 3.1b. Just observe that figure properly and just tell me what can you see in that. Yes? Have you all observed the figure? If you are having textbook, please you can observe in that also, or observe on screen. You can see it very properly. Yes? Okay. Now please answer the question. Do the above photographs show the same place or different places? Just see the photograph very properly and tell me, are both the photographs same or different? Yes, yes, very good. Your answer is right. The photographs show the same place. The photographs show the same place. It is same place. It is not different place. Observe and note the spread of water seen in both the photograph. Just observe the water in both the photograph and what can you see about the water? What can you tell about the water? Come on. Very good. In figure 3.1a, we can note that the seawater is very close to the coast, right? Yes, see, we can see it is very close to the coast. In figure 3.1b, we can note that the seawater is far away from the coast. Yes, am I right? Here, it is very close to the coast. Yes, and here it is very far to the coast. Clear? Okay. What is this natural event called? Can you tell me? See, the photographs are same, the place is same, but still In same photograph, here the quantity of water is more and the water is still the coast, and here the quantity of water is less and water is not reaching the coast. What is this natural event called as? Who will tell me? Yes, class? Very good. This natural event is called as high tide and low tide. High tide and low tide. Okay? Clear, all of you? Now we are going to learn about how do these tides occur. Okay? So both the photographs show the same place. If you stay near the coast for some time, you will realize that the seawater is sometimes very close to the coast, figure 3.1a, while at the other times it is far away from the coast, figure 3.1b. We call these movements of the seawater tide. These are called as tides. What are these called as? Tides. Sometimes the water is more and it is still near the coast. Sometimes the water is decreased and it is very far away from the coast. So these movement of water is called tides. Okay. Barring a few exceptions, all the coast on the earth experience tides. Each and every coast. There are some exceptions, but each and every coast experience tides. I hope you all know what is coast, sea coast, samudra kinar. Okay, so each and every coast experience tides. High and low tides are natural phenomena. What are they? They are natural phenomena. It happens naturally as it is day and night, full moon, new moon, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. As these all are the natural phenomena, the high tide and low tides are also natural phenomena. Let us try to understand the scientific reason behind these natural events. Now we will study and we will see that what is really the scientific reason behind these natural events. Tides are movements here. Tides are movements of seawater occurring daily and regularly. Tides are the movements of water movements. You have seen the waves of the water now. Okay, so it is the movement of the water which occurs daily and which occurs regularly. The level of seawater changes after a specific period of time. The level of seawater, it changes, okay, after a specific period of time. Changes means it increases, decreases, increases, decreases. And what is that time period? After every 12 hours and 25 minutes. After every 12 hours and 25 minutes, a cycle of high tide and low tide gets completed. It is a cycle. After high tide, low tide, after low tide, high tide, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. It goes on continuously. It is the cycle. What is the duration? 12 hours and 25 minutes. This regularly occurring event appears to be quite simple and natural. However, it is related to the sun, the moon, and the earth. Why it is said as natural? Because it is directly related to the sun, the moon, and the earth. Okay, and the gravitational and centrifugal forces that interact between them. The sun, the moon and the earth, the gravitational force and centrifugal force. Now, do you all know what is the gravitational force and centrifugal force? Yes, class? Now see here, you can see gravitational force means what? Gravitational force means it attracts each and every object which has mass towards itself or in the center is called as the gravitational force. Gravitational force attracts each and every object which has mass towards itself is called as gravitational force. And what is centrifugal force? Centrifugal force is the apparent outward force, means when the earth is rotating, revolving, okay, the force the force which is thrown out, which is opposite direction. Okay, see, you can see the gravitational force is like this over here. Okay, but the centrifugal force is like this. It is in the exactly opposite direction. Clear? So, apparent outward force on a mass when it is rotated. Since Earth rotates around the fixed axis, it has the fixed axis. This is the axis. The direction of centrifugal force is always outward. Okay, and it is out. The force is outward. Gravitational force is in the center. Outward, away from the axis. Thus, it is opposite to the direction of gravity. Gravity is inside, centrifugal is outside. Gravity at the equator, at Earth's pole, it is 0. Equator, you can see over here. At the equator, it is showing over here, equator. Okay, and at the pole, it is 0. Clear all of you? So this is gravitational force and this is the centrifugal force, and because of all these things we could experience tides.